Hello everyone, welcome back to Data with Pankaj. So this is the third video on MCP server integration with Power BI using Claude AI Desktop. In video 1 and video 2, we have seen the different use case of this particular integration. So in video 1, I have explained in detail explanation related to how you can create a measures, calendar table, then even how you can create a wireframe or your report layout using MCP integration with a Claude AI Desktop and Power BI. In video 2, I have in detail explained the data modeling task, like how we can do the end-to-end modeling, writing a complex tags. We can create a calculated column, calculated table. We can have the detailed documentation of the measures, columns, and even per table. We can create a wireframe, then your report layout. Also, you can do the data analysis task, like Claude AI Desktop will show you some insight related to your business. Let's say if you want to analyze what are the key insight for this data set, then it will also help you to generate the key insight. Even it will help you for your data statistic, okay, like what are the errors, where is the data mismatch. So it will do the data profiling as well. As so there are multiple use cases, so I have covered that in video 1 and video 2. So in this video we will particularly focus on Power Query tasks using Claude AI Desktop with the MCP integration. So before starting, there are multiple ways to do this integration, like this setup, okay. So you can use MCP server integration with the Claude AI and then Power BI, okay. There are other ways also, but in this particular setup, I have used MCP integration using Claude AI Desktop and it is connected with the Power BI. So I have detailed documentation how you can do this step-by-step setup in your system. So here is a detailed guidance, like which tool you need to install and then what is a step-by-step process, okay. All are included in this document. I will attach this document in the video description, so you can have this setup installed in your system and you can do the same task whatever I'm doing here. Even I will share the prompt whatever I will pass to the Claude AI Desktop. Now before starting this, I will just explain like what is MCP. So MCP is Model Context Protocol. So here we can interact with any tool using AI directly, okay. And Claude AI is the desktop application. So we will use in between the MCP server and Power BI to interact with our Power BI. So this is a desktop application. You can also install in your system. It is coming with a free as well as paid version. So I'm using the paid version, but if you want to explore this, you can try free version. You will have 50 to 20 prompt. You can play around for 24 hours. So before starting this demo, we will explore the data set first. So we have HR data that contain the different tables. We can say the Excel sheet within that particular file. Intentionally, I have keep this data with a multiple errors, so we can do this particular task using Power Query itself, okay. So I have created this dummy data set. So here you can see employee ID, full name, email, etc. This column are there. In date column, we can see some mismatch with the even employee ID. We have some blanks, like that email we have blanks. In department we have blanks. There are some mismatch in the salary. You can see some number plus text is there, like string data type is there. In records, training records, we have data for employee related to their training. There also we have some mismatch related to dates and then related to hours, etc. Okay, there are multiple mismatch. So we have this payroll H123, payroll H2 2023. Okay, this data I will connect with Power BI. I will just pull this data into Power BI. So we'll select employee, then error guide is just what error is present in the particular data, okay. So that will not pull. Payroll H1, H2 will pull and training records. So this 4 table will pull into Power BI. So the data is in Power Query. I will close and apply. So the data will be loaded to Power Pivot model. Okay, so data is loaded to Power Pivot model. Now we will navigate to the Claude AI Desktop to getting started with our task. So this is a Claude AI Desktop application. So I will connect with my Power BI file. I will simply pass the prompt like connect with my Power BI model. So it will scan my system and whichever Power BI file is open, so it will connect with that particular Power BI model. I will pass first prompt related to data profiling, like share the detail errors in the data, like that, okay. So task 01 is share the detail analysis of data errors in the model. So it will again scan our entire model and share the detail data profiling analysis in different tables. So it is scanning the model. It has started some operation. For every task, it will take a few minutes to show the result depending on the complexity of the task, or you can say size of the model, and also how accurately you are passing the prompt. Okay, so it has analyzed our entire model and now it is creating the comprehensive data errors analysis report in a Word format for us. So it has created detailed data error document for us. You can see the critical issues, then high critical issues, then medium. Like it has categorized into three different categories. Okay, here you can see the total record tables with errors. So we have four table. In all four table, we have few errors. Okay, total missing values, duplicates key, and then like 5 columns, wrong data types. Okay, like this. So here it has provided some warning. Then the table name. Okay, then row count, columns, measures, relationship hidden. So we don't have any relationship for now. Again, the missing values. Okay, here you can see means initial documentation for our data profiling. Okay, so which column contain the errors like data mismatch or any value is missing or null blanks, like that detailed documentation it has created 8 pages document related to data profiling. Okay, and it has highlighted which may be the higher risk, like that it has categorized into three different categories. Okay, so this all about the task one. So task one is done, so we can download this document as a doc or word format. Even you can save to your Google Drive. Okay, here again for employee table, it has created the detailed data errors report. Okay, if you just click on here doc, then it will be open. Okay, like what error is there in employee table, it will show in detail. Okay, you can see number of columns, what are the errors, like it has created 12 pages report. So that's it for task 2. So in task 3, what we will ask, fix data types in employee table, fix data types in Power Query in employee table. Okay, this will be our task 3. So whatever errors we have detected in a task 2, specifically in employee table, so in task 3 we will fix that all the errors related to data type mismatch using the task 3 prompt. Okay, so here it is running the operation again. So here you can see I have the full M code expression. Now let me build the complete fixed version with all the transformation. Okay, so it has did. Okay, refresh successfully. Now verify all the columns and their data types. So if I go to the Power Pivot, okay, here Power Query is already open. So let me close and apply. And let me hit back to Power Query. And if you go to the employee table, you can see so many columns as created. Okay, so earlier we have up to only change type. Okay, here if you see at this particular step in higher date we have multiple date mismatch. Okay, in salary we have combination of numbers and string data type here. But if you go to the year, those all errors are fixed. Okay, here you can see the USD is there and number is there, currency symbol. Okay, here you can see normalize the employee ID. So here it has fixed the employee ID. Detail M code you can see here. It has written the M code to fix that particular ID. Remove the employee duplicates. Means in employee ID, whenever there is a duplicate, it has removed that. Then clean the full name. So is there any space or the formatting issue in full name? It has did that task, fix email, then added valid emails. Okay, then you can see standardized department, standardized job level, standardized region, clean the salary. Okay, if you go at a standardized region, okay, at this particular thing, and here the salary column is not created. Okay, if you expand the salary column, you can see the currency symbol is there, and for few places we don't have currency symbol. But if you go to clean salary stage, okay, here, and if I expand that, then you will see the uniform numbers in salary column. Okay, here we have uniform data types. Okay, there are few error left in the salary column again. So that is here you can see 1% error. Okay, so whatever error we have for that, it has created one flag. Okay, whether it's valid record or invalid record. Okay, that's it for task 3. Okay, we start with the task 4. So task 4 is related to joins in Power Query. Okay, so here perform a left outer join between a training record table and employee table. Joining on employee ID. After the merge, I need this many columns. Okay, that's what I have mentioned in the prompt. So it has identified we have training records table as well as employee, okay, table, and now it is creating a joins between two tables. So we have mentioned we need the left outer join. So it will do as per our prompt. So it is refreshing our model. Let me just close and apply here. Click on refresh all, and then I will again navigate to Power Query Editor. So let's see what's going on behind the scene. So in training record, we should have the employee information. Here you can see merge employee. Okay, so in the training record, so we have employee related information. You can see the full name, the department, region, like that. Okay, so this information is full from employee name. Okay, if you go to the employee name, full name, then department, region, these are column from employee table. So it perform the merge operation using left outer join based on the employee ID column in both the tables. Okay, so if you go to the advanced editor, then you can see the entire script. Okay, here employee ID. Okay, this is the left outer join based on the employee ID from training table and employee table. Okay, so this was our task 4. It has shared the details what it did. Okay, so here like full name, department, region has pulled into training table. Joins is based on the employee ID table. So how many percent match is there, so it has shared that summary as well as. Okay, now we will start with the task 5. Okay, task 5 is related to join again. Task 5. Okay, so in task 5, perform left anti-join to find all employee IDs in the training records table that do not match with the employee table. Means in the training table, we want to find the employee where the employee ID is not present in employee table. Okay, so that we can do using a anti-join. So I have mentioned the left anti-join. Okay, so it is again related to joins, but this time we need the new table. Okay, the table name should be invalid training records. Again, it will scan our model and start different operations. Okay, here whatever is required to do that particular task, it has detected that all required input is present. Okay, it is started with our task like doing the left anti-join and creating a new table like invalid training records. Okay, let me go to the Power BI. Okay, close and apply. Here you can see apply changes. If I apply, then you can see invalid training record. New table is created here. Okay, earlier we have only 4 table: employee, payroll H1, payroll H2, and training records. If I again go to the Power Query, here you can see one table is created, invalid training record. Okay, and the source for this here is the left anti-join. Okay, there is something wrong in a data value, like formatting issue is there in employee table. Okay, but it has created the new table using invalid training records, and we can see all the employee, okay, which are not present in employee table, but those are present in training record. So this is related to task 5. Task 5 is done. So in task 5, we have created invalid training records table using left anti-join. So we'll start with the task 6. Task 6 is append payroll H1 2023 and H2 2023 table into new table called 2023 payroll. Okay, this is our task 6. So it will again understand our structure of the table. So it has started with the table operations. So it is analyzing the data in both the table like data errors. Okay, so is there any mismatch related to data types like payroll H1 2023 and H2 2023? So is there anything wrong with the data? So it is analyzing that, then it will do the append operation between two tables. So it is changing the data type. Okay, it has did that particular append operation. You can see everything is working perfectly. Here is full summary of what things it has did. Okay, task 6, we need to create a new table 2023 payroll, that is a combination of H1 2023 payroll and H2 2023 payroll. Okay, so if I go to the Power BI now, okay, let me see, you can see one table is created 2023 payroll. Okay, it should have the date of H1 and H2, okay, of payroll. You can see new table is created and H1 table H2, and it has appended that table, and we have new table created 2023 payroll. Okay, so this was the all about task 6. So now we will get start with the task 7. Okay, so for task 6, it has provided detailed summary again. Okay, what it actually did, how many column was presented in our output table. Okay, etc. Now task 7 is related to conditional column. Okay, so I need to create a conditional column in employee table based on the salary. Okay, task 7, and this is my prompt. Okay, create a conditional column. Create a conditional column called salary band based on the salary columns in employee table. Like we have this particular condition. Okay, so we can mention in Power Query. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it will now create new column in our employee table called as a salary band. Okay, if I navigate to the Power Query in employee table, we don't have the salary band column. Okay, if you go to column, and you can see there is a no column called salary band. Okay, so it will create a new column based on the condition. Okay, so we have mentioned certain condition like under 50K USD, entry level, senior level, mid level. Based on the salary, we have categorized it. Okay, so here you can see refresh successfully. Let me verify distribution across all the bands. Means it is revalidating whatever is created, that is correct or not. Okay, so here you can see task 7 is done. Okay, so we have, it is also share the detailed summary. Okay, in entry level, how many employee are there, what is minimum maximum range. Okay, in this mid level, senior level, executive level, and unknown. Like we have nulls in salary column. In that case, it will be provide unknown as output. Let me navigate to Power Query and check now if salary band column is created. So first we need to close and apply. Then again go to the Power Query. If I go to the employee column, salary band, you can see new column is created, salary band. Okay, we have entry level, executive level, mid level, senior level, and unknown. If I select entry level, it should be less than 50K. Okay, where is the salary column? Okay, here is the salary column. All values are less than 50K. So we have one error in the salary column. Okay, this is how it will do the conditional column logic. Okay, that was our task 7, how to do the conditional logic in Power Query. Okay, using multiple conditions. This was a single condition, like we have involved only salary column in this particular task 7. Okay, then now we'll start with the task 8. Okay, task 8 is related to conditional column again, but multiple condition. Okay, create a custom column based on department and performance score. Okay, like we have this condition, if greater than equal to 4 and salary is less than 80K, then promotion candidate, else standard. Okay, like this. So it will create a new column for us based on this particular logic. Okay, the column output is promotion status. So based on this logic, if the employee fall in between this category, he is eligible for promotion, or other way it is the standard hike will be there, not promotional hike. It has done with the task 8. Okay, you can see task 8 is completed, promotion status column is created, department, based on the department, the performance score and salary. Okay, so these many categories is there. Okay, from department, promotion like how many promotion eligible candidate is here than the standard candidate. Okay, in each department it has here the detailed summary. Okay, so let me navigate to Power BI. Okay, so here you can see the new column is created, promotion candidate. It will have the value either standard or promotion candidate. Now we'll continue with the final task. Okay, so that is our task 8. In this task, we'll do the group by operation. Okay, so group an employee table by department and calculate employee count of rows, average salary, then total salary, budget, maximum salary, then minimum salary, and format the result sort by employee count descending. Okay, so again it will scan our model. It will understand our structure of the data and what operations so far we have performed in data, or we can say that in table, and based on that it will start the new operations. So here it has identified we need a new separate summary table based on the group by operation. Okay, so it is running the table operation. Okay, so we have prompt different 8 tasks to the Claude AI. We have performed different Power Query operation in this particular demo. So maybe I will come with another demo for Power Query specific. Okay, with advanced prompting. Okay, like creating a columns, custom columns with a multiple condition logics, then maybe creating group by operation, pivot and pivot. Okay, some advanced tasks in Power Query. So thanks for watching this video. If you like the content, you can subscribe to the channel, give a like. Thanks again.